today's episode of Motorcycle Madness. Okay, enough of that. So, it's been a few days or weeks, I can't remember, since we last worked on the chopper together. Y'all ready for some chopper time? So, a few things happened to the chopper since you've last seen it. If you notice, it has a wheel now. And we're about to put the seat on. So, as soon as that quits wiggling, let's put the seat together. So, if you look here, we welded this plate. I'm a pro booger welder. This is a good weld. This is a bad weld. See how half of it's good, half of it's bad? But it's all right. This is a pretty decent weld here. And how you can kind of tell is you see the metals tied in. And this is a flux core with no gas, so spatters a lot. But for what this does, doesn't really matter. So this is pretty much the yoke that holds the seat on. And we're about to put it on. This bike has a really unique seat mounting system. Honestly said, I've never seen it before. The spring, hold on, I'll show you. The spring here doesn't compress, it actually pulls as you bounce. So that is that. Do this in front of the camera. What's up, Michael? How you doing? Good to see you. What's up, William? Michael, my broken chains brother from another mother. So you get a sneak peek into what's coming. And Michael, if I can have my way, I will straight up ride this bike to the conference. So, yeah. All right, let's put you here. That's how that's going to work. See what I'm doing? They pulled your teeth out. That sounds like a fun adventure. Okay. There we go. That wiggles. Okay. See how that pulls? It's pretty unique. I'm a big guy though, so I got a sneaky suspicion I'm gonna have to beef that up a little bit. Yeah, I don't have any real suspension there. But it'll be all right. Better than what I was going to do. I was just going to mount the seat straight to the frame. Then I got to thinking that would be difficult to make it look right straight to the frame. Because we don't really care about comfort. It's a chopper. You don't care about comfort on a chopper. If you do, you should not ride one. Put my wrenches back into their wrench slots. Cheat a little bit. See, what I'm kind of hoping for is for this big bolt here to smush down and hold the seat firm. Kind of wish I'd have just welded this. Beat it into that hole and welded it now. A little bit easier. It's whatever. I thought this seat would hurt, really, when I first got it, but I don't think it will. I think it's going to be comfortable. I was concerned about these cutting into my leg. But I mean, it doesn't seem like that's going to be the issue. Seems like it's going to hold me pretty tight to it. Now we're actually pulling into the seat. See that bolt's going down? All right, there you go. All right, let's see what it feels like. I think it's going to feel great. Oh, that's not bad at all. Yeah. Bottoms out. That's a pretty comfortable feel, though. Kind of weird when you put your legs down, but when your feet are up, that works. Back a little bit. I'm digging it. It's not a bad feel at all. Oh, way too many. I got these three in here. They don't run. That one's mine, that one's not. The rest of these are mine. Bunch of projects. And a mascot. My old lady keeps wanting to throw that away though. She's like, you don't need that. And I'm like, I do. So far I've been able to save his life. The dinosaur. All right, so one more thing off the list. We got a seat. Rolling tires. Now we need brakes. That's going to be fun. Try to figure it out. look around at my parts bikes to see if I can find a brake line. Probably just going to order one. That'd be easier. Let's say 50 inches. You don't want my bikes. They all raggedy. I got one decent one, and the others are death traps. Kind of got a thing for death traps. I like my bikes like I like my women. Dangerous. Dangerous. All right, what can we do right now? This fender I'm fixing to try and put on it. It's a shouty. Shoot, man. Save you up about $2,500. Get you a Honda Shadow. That's the way to go, man. I love Honda Shadows. They have legendary toughness. If turds can survive me, you definitely can survive anything. Who wrote the nasty message? Ah, thanks, brother. Why did that get flagged? I saw what you wrote, Richard. I appreciate it, man. I really do. I do. There's a level of sketchy that goes into every single one of my builds. Probably because I pull junk out of the woods and just go for it. But that's how you learn, man. You just do it. That's how I got my first bike. You know, my man Pete sold it to me before he passed. And he taught me to ride. Me and him fixed it. And, oh, I suck it. There we go. Yeah, me and him fixed it up, and we kept on rolling. and it was a bike with a real similar motor to this one. That's what kind of sold me on these motors. I mean, if it'll haul a guy as big as me, then it'll haul anything. And they're really tough motors. I'll have to turn my big fan on in a minute. It's starting to get hot out here. Look, if you hadn't already, man, support the madness. Like, share, subscribe, all that good YouTube crap. It really helps. Yeah, I'm eventually going to have to tear all this back apart again and get this crap off. These are caps. They've gone sour. Might have been easier just to pull the dang fender off. Wheel off to get the fender. Oh, have fun, man. Do what you gotta do, fella. Yeah, looks like I'm gonna have to wrench this thing all the way off. I can't seem to twist it. Nope. Do it. No. Nope. All the way. There, it broke loose. Now what's going to suck is if the new fender doesn't fit. But I was going to take this off anyway, so... Oh, that kind of looks cool. That actually does look really cool. Do we need a fender? Do I want a fender? Yes. Will I regret this fender? Probably. That's the truth about fenders, is you don't need them until you need them. Oh yeah, that's a little off. All right, we're gonna see if we can take advantage of the slop to make it fit. Oh yeah, it'll fit. Yeah. Try another bolt. Yeah, that would be better. Okay, so the bolts don't perfectly line up, so what we're going to have to do is just fit them in with it loose and then tighten it. And once they're tight, we can squeeze it around. That's actually probably enough to hold this thing on. That's perfect. I got this fender for another bike. It didn't fit because eBay sucks. Not really. But I always try to hang on to motorcycle parts. One, because I'm a hoarder. And two, you just never know. Yeah, that's going to work. What's up, yo? All right, I'll be right back. Watch this. Let's see if I can find my ratchets. Well, lo and behold, you'll never guess which one I'm missing. You said 10 millimeter. You are correct. It's all right, though. We're going to see if we can make this work. I think I got enough room. Okay. All right, let's try to tighten all these up. Yeah, that's not going to work. That just got ugly quick. Crap. Okay. Yeah, there's no getting around this. Oh, I may need a washer. Y'all see it good? Yeah. What's up, Lacey? Big dog, I gotta ask a marriage advice question. Man, shoot. Go for it. I'm no expert, but I'll give you what I got. Okay. All right. That's all, my guy. It's on good. Still got that minimalist look. You can't even see it unless you're looking for it. That fender's so small you can't even see it. Okay, what else are we going to do today? Well, I need a fuel tank. Let's see what we can do about a fuel tank. First, let's put this back on the crate. Another thing I like about a 250 is it's light. I mean, I could pick that turd up. All right. All right, so what's up, Pops? So let me show this off. My custom gas cap, that's real difficult to remove. Custom pet cot with dirty fuel. It's probably water, actually. going to be a real simple setup. Probably going to run an inline filter too from here. It's got a built-in filter. Get you where you can see. Probably going to run an inline filter. They got these really cool glass ones I like. It's got to go from here to here, so I'll put one here, zip tie it. So what we got to do is, if you look here, I've got 2 bolts that I could use, but I'm thinking I want to put a piece of pipe right here. Weld a piece of pipe to this, and then have a bolt that goes through it to bring it up off this frame a little bit. And then we're going to level the tank from the bottom, get up off of that spine. So the tank's going to kind of float. You hear underneath there's some bolts hitting it. I got these pegs here. I'm probably going to cut these off because I think they're going to cause me problems. Grinding. I should have done all this before I mounted the motor. I always take that motor off though. It's pretty easy to remove. But yeah, I think these need to go. Or maybe I can put some sort of rubber cap over them. That might be what I end up doing. Yeah, the gas cap has a seal. All right, old timer. Well, man, it was good to see you. But yeah, I'm gonna pop a hole through here, run a bolt through it, and that'll be what holds this tank up. And I want it to float and not actually touch the spine. I don't want it sitting on the spine. I got some stuff I need to grind off. But I might go ahead and make me some spacers to go here. That'll be easy to do. All right, y'all, let's go. Let's go find this side. Let's go find a pipe. Let's do this. My wings. I don't know where my old lady went. She drove off on me. Dang it, y'all are gone. Dang it, y'all are gone. That stinks. Stupid internet. Tight. We got a little setup work to do anyway. So those of you who are logging on as a result of my rude phone logging you off, okay. See, sometimes in life, our old ladies tell us to throw things away. And you know in your heart, He rise you up again. You know in your heart that you shouldn't throw said thing away. This is an example of that. This crusty old gas pipe. Why should we ever keep that? Because we build choppers, that's why. We do chopper things. Actually, that'd be kind of a good sissy bar. Just pull it off. Pow! Now, I found this old pipe a while back and I said, you know what? I'm going to use that for something. Just didn't know what. And today we're going to use it to build gas tank mounts for the chopper. So, I'm going to have to extend this camera up because we're going to have to do some measuring. Is that high enough? Yeah. Okay. So, doesn't really matter what the size is. That's the length of pipe we need. Let's take this to the saw. Y'all saw how I did that. Okay. Pipe too that I could work with. Now it's in the floor. Actually, nope, I'm using this one. Okay, I need a square piece of metal. Are there magnets on the end of this? Yes, there are. Okay. I'm going to have to square the saw up. I set it up for an angled cut yesterday. So all I need is something flat. Y'all gonna see how I do this. So this saw doesn't have to be, this part doesn't have to really be square. Not that big of a deal if it ain't. All right, my eyeball says it's square enough. Cinch it down. Cinch it down. Okay. So what we're going to do, we'll cut a little piece off the end so it's somewhat square. Oh man, I didn't even set y'all up. This cut doesn't have to be precise at all. I mean, this is just simply a bong to, I'm calling it a bong, it's not really a bong. Normally what I'd do is I'd cut it a shade long, like if I needed it to be real precise, and then I'd face it on the lathe. But I actually want it to be a shade loose. So. So if you've never seen my lathe, yes, that's a washer machine motor. I'm not even joking. And I don't have the capacitor. I have the capacitor, I just don't have it wired up. So what I have to do is this. I got 2 speeds, high and low. Give it a little spin. This lathe used to have a power feed, but that feature's broke. I could fix it, but I don't really care to. Okay. Put that sharp edge off. Every time I cut this lathe on, a safety inspector loses his wings. Fill it with your hands, because you know that's the best way to tell if something's sharp. Okay, we're gonna sand it. And I'm really not trying to make this pretty because it's painted. Just trying to get a little bit of that thing off. Got zinc on it because it's gas line. Close enough. All right, that's it. All right, let's see what happens. See if it fits. I shouldn't have to, but I may have to trim off a little bit. Man, where's all my peeps going? Had like 30 of y'all on earlier. Where y'all at? All right, there we go, man. Look at that. Look at that. That's actually kind of big, to be honest. That's what she said. It's all right, though. This will work just fine. It's going to go here. So, let's see where you're at. See it good. So what we're going to have to do, we're going to have to shave some off so we have a good ground contact. Tack it on. Go. I do want to figure out a way to make it square. So, how are we going to do that? There's a machinist out there that's going to hate me for this. But I don't care. Square enough. For your information, that'll actually work. I'll put a good tack right there. For your information, I am the kind of monster who would use a micrometer as a C-clamp. I am that awful. Okay, so that's a good setup. Kind of wish I had put the seat on, but I got a little carried away. That's okay to get carried away. Okay, touch it, make sure it's hot. Definitely hot. And so do I have a long enough ground lead? That's the question. No, I don't. Bring the whole welder. Actually, we're not. We're going to bring the bike over to the welder. So I got to go over there with the bike. This is so we can weld. I don't have a welding card for this welder. Okay. Gotta figure out how I'm gonna ground this. Ah, look at that. I did that. Okay. Y'all may not be aware of this, but I'm a certified booger welder. Look at them booger welds. Looks like it came straight out of a kid's nose. But this is what's beautiful. If you're like me and you absolutely suck at welding, I'm going to show you how to fix that. You don't actually have to be that great at it. All right. While y'all are looking at that, I'm going to get my grinding wheel, swap it out. So, you know me personally, and you ever think to yourself, man, I need to call Steve-O to see if he'll weld something for me. Remember this moment and realize that's probably a bad life choice. You know, because there are better options. Like people who can actually weld. And with me, you get what you pay for. I'm a cheap welder. And you see why. But we're going to fix that. I'll show y'all how. Look at this. There you go. That's still hot. Here's the real secret. Boom. Golly, look at that professional weld. Oh my gosh. Golly, that's beautiful. Temperature paint. That's all you need. That gas tank will bolt up there beautifully. All right. Why do you think we call this channel Motorcycle Madness? Now you know why. Because one day I'm going to ride this thing. And you kind of see how I'm putting it together. Missed the spot. Look at that's beautiful. Looks like a real welder welded it. All you need is a grinder and paint. Yeah. Now, I'm not a good welder. I don't get much practice at it. And so I practice on projects like this that I'm going to drive down the interstate. And what could go wrong? But like anything else, the more you practice, the better you get. And the better you get, the more you get to practice. It's like anything in life. Try, fail better. Try, fail better. Try, fail better. Until eventually your failures look great. You're failing on a professional level. Then you fail better. And then you're failing on above and beyond. That's how I roll. There's always an opportunity to learn from mistakes, and there's always an opportunity to grow. But for me, I don't think that's that big a critical of a thing. I've got one more. I'm going to go ahead and stop for the night. I've got one more thing I want to do. I'm going to think this through, though, before I do it. I'm going to figure out how I'm going to do this, actually. I'm not really sure. I'm going to have to get a bolt to go into the tank. And I may actually end up sticking a piece of hose in that pipe to give it some shock absorption for the tank. Because this is a rigid mounted motor. And I'm not too concerned about the tank vibrating. I'm concerned about the tank vibrate. And you know what I could do? I could put a piece of hose over this backbone too. I'm going to do that. I'm concerned about the tank vibrating and wearing a hole on the inside. You don't want that. That's bad because the gas leaks out, and you don't want leaking gas. You don't want that. But anyway, I feel like we've got a lot accomplished today. I've been hacking at it for about an hour. Man, definitely, if you're enjoying this, like, share, subscribe, all that good crap. Definitely helps me out. Look me up on Facebook, Steve-O, Motorcycle Madness. Don't know if that actually takes you to my Facebook page or not, because I suck at the social media thing. And but I mean, hey, I'm learning. Like I just said, learn, make mistakes, fail better. That's what we do. And lo and behold, when you're done, you've done something. You've accomplished something. Every time you try, make a mistake, and learn from that mistake, you're a better person. You're more skilled, you're more intelligent, you've solved problems, and why is Walmart telling me about Black Friday deals? You know, let me jump on a freaking thing here. Let me jump on a soapbox or a milk crate. Black Friday is not as fun as it used to be. Have y'all noticed that? Like, they'll do Black Friday a week before Black Friday actually happens. No, you people are failing at Black Friday. Black Friday should be Black Friday and nothing else. Not Black Thursday, not pre-Black Friday, not these pre-sales crap. Black Friday. Because when I go to Walmart the day after Thanksgiving, I want to need a gun. I'm just kidding. But I'm ready to fight, you know. I'm going in there for the fights. Not the sales. I want the drama. Because you guys stretch the stupid sales out, we don't get the drama that we deserve on Black Friday. So, anyway, I'm done with that. I'm actually just playing with my face on camera. Anyway, man, I love you guys. Definitely subscribe, watch my other shorts. Got a couple of series I'm working on. And kind of what I'm doing is you see it on these lives. We build the project on the lives. I'm still trying to figure what direction I'm even trying to go with my channel. I'm trying to learn how to entertain you guys, you know. But we're working on the project over live streaming project builds. And then we're going to go on adventures. I just got back from a trip on the Nighthawk. I'm editing that video. And I'm going to try to make that look as cool as I can. And we went to Rodney, Mississippi. We saw a church that had a cannonball in the side of it. So be ready for that video to drop. It's on Haley, the Nighthawk. And let's be done. All right, you guys. I'm fixing to go inside and play some video games or something later.